Marry me all. What is it about bushy, pudgy bums of ducks? They're just so fluffy and cute. Hello, Lady Grey. Whoa, whoa. So Lady Grey, I've had her now for a week. Week and a bit? Maximum week and a bit. And she's going so well. Yeah, she's very much liking the young ones, ducklings. But you know what? The ducklings are literally a month younger than her. They're a lot bigger. So, she's a apple yard, so she's supposed to be a bit bigger. But it is difficult when your breeders have so many birds. You know what I mean? So they do the best they can. A lot of them. Well, I'd like to say most of them. However, so Flint is sitting over there, my poor puppy. Now, because he's been with Kit Kat all this time, I haven't picked up on it. Because she can't really walk that well, he sits with her a lot. So I'm now picking up, now that he's with with Lady Grey, that he doesn't have as much energy. Now, I don't think it's a learned habit. I think he's been fighting something. So something's basically sucking the life out of him. His feathers are a bit dull. He has lost a little bit of weight. But my boys will basically not eat unless the girls have eaten. They'll wait for the girls to eat first. So with Kit Kat, because she struggles so much, I've chalked it down to that. Hello, Mr. Potter. You may have a limp, but you are a giant stunning pudding. Look at you, Mr. Potter. You're like a swan duck. Are you a swan? I think you're a swan. You're not a duckling. Look at that. It's double the size of your older brother. Yeah. Double the size of your daddy. Your brother's getting bigger. So at first we called him Beatrix because we didn't know if he would be a girl or a boy. But the vocals pretty much gave it away early on. Just hoping he would be a girl. But he's just as beautiful. So we have taken to naming him Little Raven Floki. And he's like a bit of a Houdini magician. Poof! He'll pop up somewhere. And he's stealth-like. So he'll be all quiet and stealthy and poof, he'll pop up somewhere. So he's like a little magician. So little Lady Grey here, she's supposed to be 5 months old. Silver apple yards tend to not start laying till about the 6-7 month mark. Eggs, I mean. So I can't, tell if she's got any issues with laying or not. She's still quite too young. So as you can see, Flint is sitting there. She's running around with the young ones, but he's a lot older. But he's pushing on to, he's 5 years pushing on to 6. Or is it 4 years pushing on to 5 without double checking? So, we are on day 3 of treating everybody with Fluvenol. So Fluvenol is a pig wormer. It gets most of the worms. I just don't like a lot of the commercial wormers for poultry. I just find they're not sufficient enough. They miss a lot of worm species. But so for a whole week, I'm actually adding it to their water. So typically you'd spread it over the feed of the chooks. But basically at night when these babies come in, they have a trough of water inside of their bed. And in that trough I will disperse some of the powder in there, along with vitamin B and calcium for the ones that aren't the ducklings. I don't mind if the boys get a little bit of calcium, it's not going to hurt them at this point of time of the year. The girls are still laying, but everyone's starting to slow down, and I'm starting to see feathers everywhere, which means we're starting to get into the molt, time of the molt. So that's the other thing. I didn't know if Flint losing some of his feathers and looking a bit dull because he's getting into a molt, and they tend to slow down as well. They're not so randy, the boys, when it's molty time. Are you going to go in, Lady Grey? You go in the water? going? You're doing really well. Yeah, Lady Grey. Oh, I mean, Flint was so excited when she first came. He sort of quietened down a little bit. But, yeah, I think combination of molting, but I do think internal parasite of some sort has been bothering him. And I also leaning towards that because I don't mix ducks with chooks. It's a big no-no for me when it comes to animal husbandry. You got one bird that likes to bathe in dust and dirt, the other bird that likes water, and it's like keeping fish with cats. Like I just, and the chooks can turn and attack and harass ducks, especially if they're getting hormonal or broody. And the chook can do a lot more damage to a duck than a duck can do to a chook. Especially when it comes to the girls. They're talons, but it's more the beak. The ducks are kind of feckless with that little bill of theirs. There is a nail on that bill, but it's nothing like the chook's beak. And also, if any of the ducks are having a downtime and not feeling too good, or they're just, going into molt, the chooks have this instinct that they will take out the weakest link. They will attack. I've seen it. So I accidentally had one of the gates open and my chook Bridget literally pounced on poor Kit Kat, the one with the paralysis of the spine. And she didn't actually get on her and hurt her, but I got it just in time. So it's just not worth it. It's not that hard to just divide your living space and area and accommodate accordingly. So Flint is a little bit on the down low quiet, and he is pumping his tail down a little bit and up. There's a slight respiratory distress that I can pick up on without using a stethoscope. I can observe that just with the posturing and the tail. So something has been bothering him, and I haven't picked it up until now. For all I know, Lady Grey could have had something, because I've really noticed it since I've had her. She's just gone in a week, And with young birds, they tend to not show things at first, typically. They don't, not always, but they typically don't. They got the thing of youth. But it's, again, not all breeders will worm their birds or do preventative seasonal things. I mean, the breeder did grab her by the legs, which is a big no-no for ducks. But I think he struggles with being able to control the birds. They run away from him, apparently. So they're not, like mine are with me. But, I mean, look, this is the thing. If you have birds and you cull them, do you think they're not going to know? So I've had this a few times where people are like, they keep ducks and I don't know where they run for me, and then, literally within the same conversation they're talking about which ones are going to slaughter, and it's like, ducks aren't stupid, they're very smart. They know. They absolutely bloody know. So of course they're going to run for their lives. And if you grab their legs, it just makes it worse. It's worth spending a little extra time with them at some stage and training them to have them follow you or seek you out, opposed to you chasing them. Because with their legs too, they're prone to leg injuries and spinal injuries, if you're not careful, especially the heavier breeds. And if you're chasing them, or you have animals chasing them, or children, I don't actually recommend ducks to people who have kids unless you have children who are very mild-mannered. I was mild-mannered as a child. I was quiet, not really introvert. I just liked my own company, and that of the non-human animal more than the human animal. I just found human animals quite annoying. But my brother was an absolute chaotic little munchkin, and animals would run from him, and they'd always be on edge because he's unpredictable. So, you know, if you have an only child or you have children who are very mild-mannered and respectful to nature and the personal space of other animals, then ducks would be perfect for them. But if you've got kids that run around, make a lot of noise and just don't respect personal space of others, including, you know, the non-human animal, then no, it's not fair on the birds. Ducks are quite majestic. They don't do well with being chased, which is why, again, you've got to be careful what dogs you put them with. You need dogs that are protectors, not rounders. You don't want, you know, some kelpie at the heels of your poor ducks rounding them up. Again, you know, puppy, look at that. Look at you. We don't care about your limp, but we will start managing it soon. Yeah. You having fun there, Lady Grey, with the young'uns? I know, you're a young'un too. So I have been humming and hawing until I get another girl. I guess, you know, it's sometimes you're just like pressed to want to make a decision right there and then, you know, to act straight away and do something. But sometimes it's take a breath, have a coffee or have a cuppa, and give it 24 hours and settle down your emotions, sort of thing, and calm a mind. Have a calmer mind before you make any decisions. So I've decided that I'm just continuing with the treatment for a week of Fluvenol. I need to order some sheep's drench, so Ivermectin. I get the 1 litre bottle. I do need to get some new syringes. The syringes I've got are big. I need smaller syringes to capacity 5 to 10 mils, max 20. And basically I will be putting Ivermectin on the back of my duck's necks. I've got to weigh them all in to get my quantity right. And I'm doing that as well just in case there's any external parasites like mites. So basically it works by being absorbed into the bloodstream, and any external parasites will feed onto the blood, and basically that will kill them. Now with Fluvenol, after I finish treating them for a week, in 2 weeks after that I'll have to hit them again for a whole week with Fluvenol. That's because you want to catch any of the eggs, if there's any eggs from the parasites. Now my cayugas over there, Tiggy Winkle, Fendra, they do have white feathering around the eyes, but I don't know, I thought maybe there's a possibility of scaly mite because of the wildlife. You know, when they come out here, so birds have been out there, wild birds, and they go on the same spot, they might have picked something up. I did take them to the vet, and the vet didn't see anything, but you know, avian vets, like they're literally difficult, like ridiculously hard to come by, and you'll find when you do come across them, you'll have ones that just pretty much delve in the world of parrots. They know and see things that are involving parrots, but not so much as waterfowl. You know, so it's quite a specialised area, especially waterfowl. And there's not a lot of people that keep waterfowl, so you know, and they might have just not known, but it's not going to hurt. So Ivermectin actually does treat internal parasites too by the bloodstream. So we're doing a good knockout punch. We get, you know, if we don't catch things fully in the first round, we'll get it in the second round with the Ivermectin. And in this time, I'm doing extra supplementation of vitamin B in the water and also calcium. Hello, sweetie. Oh, my big puddin'. Look at you. Oh, you're kind of looking like an Irish duck. Yeah, I can see the rusty colouring of the brown on your chest. You get the white band, and you got the bright green noggin. How you doing, Lucia? You going in the water? Lucia. You're so like your daddy. She's so like her dad, man. So anyway, and you see some fluffy feathers on the ground there behind Flint, so he does look like he's doing the molt. So on day 3 of the treatment, he had a lot more energy this morning than how he has been in the bathtub, being a little bit more himself. So yeah. Now, waterfowl can get parasites from worms and snails and bugs they eat, so it's almost impossible to avoid completely. It's better just to have a seasonal routine and just to be aware of your birds, a few minutes of observation, every now and again is sometimes all you need to catch things. I could do fecal matter tests and all that, but I have 14 birds, and I've got the possibility of having to put Kit Kat down. She's actually turned out a bit better today, so a bit of extra leg strength, and she even feels slightly heavier. So maybe the same thing that's been hitching her out on Flint there has also been impacting her. I don't care if she hobbles, I don't care if I have a duck who can't walk that well and hobbles, as long as they're happy and they're interacting with everyone fine, they're safe and clean and happy, eating well and can swim, then I don't care. It's extra work for me, but it is what it is. Are you having fun, Lady Grey? You're a bit small. Yeah. I need to put some weight on you. So she has put on, the week she's been with me, she's put on 200 grams. So she's, and she's also got a interesting vocal range. So it sounds like, wobbles, like she's swallowing the W's. When she first came, it was just like one stressed tone. And she's been slowly learning to communicate, change the tones of her wax. And when I hug her, she actually does whimper. she does the oh, and then so she's definitely fitting in. She's gone from the life of livestock, running around, having to rely on some of the wilds and also instincts of survival, to start to relax a little bit and feel like she can just be part of the family here and that she's safe. And again, no shade on the breeder. It just is what it is when you have multiple birds. There's only so many hours in the day. I struggle with what I have. I hate to think, what it would be with more than a dozen. And also she did have slight epidermiditis on the right hand flipper, on her third toe and at the join. So that's usually from being on hard surfaces and having a scrape and then that getting infected. And she did have a few calluses under her flippers around the joints. So there's some hard surface that they've been on. However, in the week I've had her, she's been having a bath in the morning and in the evening. Out of bed in the morning with herbs, and then in the evening with herbs before going to bed with everyone else. And we were soaked off that little, it was so early catching it, little stuff, plug, that it's gone. Now she just has the slight, oh, he's trying to cuddle you, honey, he just wants to snuggle. Poor Flint, like, can you see the size? Potter is just like this giant mammoth. All my ducks, baby ducks, are just massive. Big difference between getting birds from people and raising them yourself from eggs when you look after them. Puppy, he's scared. He's just so big. I know you're just trying to cuddle him. He's trying to wobble his neck around Flint. And Flint's like, I don't think so. But no. I want to go for a walk. We'll go over here. We'll go where the fire pit is. I need to replace the rim though. What you doing, Mr. Potter? Potter. You having fun, you two? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm humming and hawing, asking whether I can get another girl from this breeder. Then that way, Flint has 2 able girls, especially when he recovers and gets through the molt in autumn that we're in. We're in early autumn, time of the humid. Still quite warm, but we have thunderstorms and humidity. So, and the other thing too is if say something happens and Flint doesn't recover because it's being too late, okay, you dunk your eyes, good girl. Get your nails in the water. I'll have to... What you doing? What's that? Go in the water. Come on. You go in the water. You go in the pool. Go have fun in the pool. You gonna go in? You go in the water. Go on. Get Frig over there, all excited about you guys in the water. You going in the water? Go in the water. Go in the water. Don't be scared, lady. You go in the water. Yeah. Whoa. Don't play in the pool. I cleaned it out yesterday. Should be nice and clean. Yeah. Go on, Lady Grey. You're going in the water. Go on, lady. You going in? Are you going to say hello to Flint? Are you going to say hello to your Flint? Look at that neck. Oh my goodness. Look at that mullet. You show us the mullet hairdo. Go on. You do the mullet. Wobble. Where's the mullet? See his neck? It literally goes double the size and he gets this square top mullet hairdo when he gets all excited. It's just hilarious. So yeah, I mean I could put Bella's baby here with Flint to make that perfect, 2 abled girls, but